Here we are. Hello, YouTube. You are live now. Thank you so much. We are the Talking Talk platform. This is not an English class. I am not an English teacher. I am a student as you, and I'm here to improve my accent, unlock my English potential, and practice. This is the key. Practice every day. If we practice every day, we will feel more comfortable to speak and have the right words on our minds, it will be more easy to think in English and put it out. This is the key. Today I'm here with Iago, Rafael, and Humberto. Will be an interesting conversation, because we have four people from different corners of the world. Iago is in Ceará, Humberto is in Belém, and Rafael is in France. And I think it will be amazing. Our subject for this conversation is navigating multi-generational workplace. Probably Rafael, who studied in the law world, can face a lot of, how can I say, lots of challenges, because you have to face people from different generation as me when you are 30 and I am 52. Sometimes we will face a guy like me, you know. uh, it will be an interesting conversation. So come on, Berto. You enter in the last time, so I will asking for you, please read the question number one and answer for us.
Okay. How would you describe the generational diversity in your current workplace? What benefits and challenges have you observed from this diversity? Okay, I work in my home, but my team there are people with a lot of different ages, and I think in my area, IT it's a good because I think the IT change a lot, change every day. I think you need uh, to have experience and to have another person uh, that wants to learn new things because they start uh, 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 start almost now. I don't know how to explain this, but I think it's a good thing. I think you need to have this both uh, different ages, and it's a good thing in my area.
Great, thanks for sharing. And about you, Iago, you have some challenges there.
Yeah, I think that for me, in my current workplace, I think that we have a nice diversity when it comes to generations and people from different ages. I think that we have some people in their 50s, in their 30s, and people who are, I don't know, still in college and starting to work now in the early 20s, you know. So I think it's always a good thing because you can change your experience with other people. In and I don't know about the challenges, but it's a thing that I once talked in an immersion before. I don't know if it was with you or if it was in another immersion, Luis. But I always talk when I think about this. I don't know a challenge specifically, but a difference that I see specifically in my workplace when it comes from another person, for example. is that they love send me audios. They love to send audios. I I like when the instructions are direct and clear, you know. And we use Discord for communication, and it's not an easy tool for send an audio because I don't know when it's open on your notebook on your PC, it's not that practical because if I don't know if you don't have a good phone, your voice probably will not be that good. So I always see that some people that are older than me likes to send more audios, and I always have to, oh, okay, I'll type what the person said to me because I have to check if it's that what he or she wants me to do. And then I'll type, so you want me to do this and this and this and that, okay? Yeah, and the person, yes, is that what I don't want. And sometimes it's, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes audio explaining me what I need to do, you know? So I always see this thing when it comes to a generational gap in my work.
Great, thanks for sharing. And about you, Rafael?
Yeah, it's to me now my current workplace is the classroom in university. So I can say that the we have in that how to say workplace generational diversity. But for me, it's I'm how to say in front of the young people, the more younger than me. Normally they have 18, 19, maximum 21 years old, and so it's so different to me of my way to do things. And to me, it's something that I love it because I can learn with them, and to me, it's that can remember me what is to be young people that don't know about the so much about the law, but they have the other experience that I can how to say that learn with them. And they how to say that they do most questions that I never thinking about before. And it's amazing to me. I love it. And the to me the how to say that the challenge is to be connected, to be sure that they are that we are how to say that we are connected and we are doing the same thing for with the same goal. And I try, and it's hard a little bit to especially for me because I'm here in France, and I'm a Brazilian guy. I grow up in Brazil. I don't have the same culture. I don't have the same examples, especially with someone that don't have the same age. So it's a how to say, it's a double challenge. But it's amazing. I try to choose the examples that I think they know, something like that. No, and I try to learn with them, and just here that will be good. I have, but it's not something. After that, I have my research, but it's something. It's a lonely work, but I have the meetings with my supervisor, and it's something a little bit difficult in the sense that it's so much formal, and we don't have the same connection. So, so I try to do different with my students. I love my supervisor, but we don't have that connection here in France. I feel that it's so much for I'd say that formality is so important. The And it's something that means respect here. So I'm learning, and it's a challenge, but just here, it's positive to me. I love it.
Great. I think this example and how is hard to be connected with people that are older than you, you know. I will, with 52, now I will give my answer. I received my degree 27 years ago. I finished my university in 1997. And I studied social communication, advertisement. And my dream was to enter in a advertisement agents, you know. This is why I come to the university. So before the finish, I enter in a job that pay me a good amount of money, and I never enter in an advertisement agent. I work for some international companies as a pharmaceutical, Pfizer, who's called Pfizer Corporation, is a big player of the pharmaceutical industry. And I stayed there for 5 years. After that, I come to São Paulo, have an e-commerce, and after that, I came back to Rio and start to working again with the healthcare products, because this is my network here in my city. And then I say, this is not my area. I don't feel comfortable to work with that anymore. And I will sit there again in front of my screen and retake my studies about the digital works and create my own website and turns me in a search engine optimization professional. And then I enter in an agency with 45 years old, 46 years old. And I was thinking, oh my God, I will be the uncle, you know, because all the guys will be younger than me. Uh, that's the point. How can I stay connected with this generation? I need to be a cool guy, you know. I need to be respect. I need to be polite for sure. But I have to enter in a connection. Imagine I enter in an agency to do my search engine optimization job. And in these agents, there are a lot of people that are journalists that writing articles. And I enter there to say how they will proceed with the new technology of search engine optimization. And these guys will, oh, come on. This uncle will say, how can I write my articles? No, I can't go for this way, you know. So I try to, how can I say in English, making some games, some internal games with some premiums, you know, and trying to put in our minds that we are in a digital world and how we will be recognized by your job in a digital world if you are a journalist. I can see how many hits your article has. You know, this is your success. How a journalist and writing articles. And after that, I'm moving for other agents and other agents and other agents. Now I'm working by myself, but I never have problems with this kind of communications. I'm very open to clarify doubts and try to be a cool uncle. I think that it was a challenger for me, you know, because we are from different generations, and it's important when you are in a work environment stay connected. I think this is the key that you say, Rafael, the connection. The connection is so much important when you are in a work environment, This is my answer, my sense of contribution. Come on, Iago, read the question number 2 and answer for us.
Can you share an experience where you learned something valuable from a colleague of a different generation? What was the lesson? I can't remember a specific lesson that I saw that I heard of a specific person, but I think that when I was a teacher, I always saw some examples of some colleagues that were getting very sick because of the work, the daily life. I don't know, but I don't know what happens. But teachers take a lot of I don't know how to say antidepressive in English, something like that. But I don't know what happens to teachers that I don't know. They have a lot of mental issues that need medication. So when I saw that and I saw that a lot of colleagues had something and need to treat something, I always used to think that what if when I get older in this profession, what if I get like this? What if I get a something, I don't know, a tag, uh, anxiety and because of the stress. And that was something that it started to change my mind a little bit because I have a degree in English, so my first option was to become a teacher, and it was the easy way to have money when I graduated. So I became a teacher. But it was something that I always thought, I don't know if that's something that I want to do for the rest of my life. Not even as I don't know, a public uh, employee or something like that. And I don't know, it was not something that I was very passionate about. So when I started to see that a lot of my colleagues had something and needed to treat something and how they deal with the work, and I started to think, oh, I think I have to get out of here and do something else. And I think that not a specific example about something valuable that I learned. But I think that seeing these examples of my colleagues, I saw that I need to establish a different relationship with the work because the work was always something very important for me. It is, but I think that we need to put the work in the right place. Sometimes it becomes everything that we do in our lives, and we don't get this health. We don't have a balance in our life and work. So I think that seeing these examples, I started to think about changing my career, obviously, but how was my relationship with my work and not to leave the work leading my life. I don't know if I made myself clear at the end, but something like that.
Great, thank you for sharing. It's clear. And about you, Rafael?
Yeah, interesting that you said, Iago. To me, it's a. I remember now about I recently I had a cough with a Brazilian professor here in Paris, and it was so valuable that conversation to me because it was not something that they especially they give me a counsel or something like that. It was just that when he told me about his experience here in France, and I recognize many troubles, many success, the goods and bads in his history. And when I see when I saw that in the end, it's not the end, but in that moment he was good in his life, and I can realize that now I was pressuring myself so much, and it was a little bit not how to say that. It was I was doing me with myself. So it was so important to me to talk with someone more older than me, to realize, and it's someone that do this exactly the same thing that I'm doing now. He did the same thing in the same university, and it was so important to me. And after that, I'm more confident. I have more. To me, it's more easy. For example, I start my class in this year now, and it was in that week, the last week, in fact, and it was amazing. I just enjoy. And it works even better than before. And I think that that conversation, that it was valuable to me, and that say and think something that I'm thinking now is not necessary to just how to say that, to because we think so much about all the people older have to do a console consoles. I can send console. Do you understand? It's English, that, or there are another word? Okay, so to the younger people, and we have just to and no, exactly, it was an exchange, and it was amazing for me. So I think it's that I would to share with you.
Great. I was saw in a translator. Counsel could be more clear with the word advice.
Advice, it's
I will
better.
give an advice.
Thank you.
So
Cool.
thank you. Yeah, I didn't know too. I tried. I need to ask for the platform.
Yeah, but you did it, so it's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Advice.
Thank you, thank you. And about you, Humberto?
Um, I don't remember the specific situation, but I think I know two people in my path career, and I think there are two boys that I had, and they are so good. And one it's more older than me, and another more young. And I don't think it's age. I think it's how to put effort in something. I learn with them that you need to always learn, uh, to be a good listener to. Uh, Maybe there are another people with less experience, but they can add something new in your background. I think that's it. I think you need to put effort in something. uh, uh, I don't know how to explain, but I think experience is so important, but the effort it's important too. I learned with uh, I learned this with them.
Great, thanks for sharing. I remember a case in 90s. I had a boss. He has the age of my father, you know, and we working together at Pfizer. And I was really young, something about 23 years old. And I have been promoted from an intern to an effective position, as a sales representative. And when I enter in our first meeting, at those times, all of them are presence meeting, with the team and all the guys. And we have a lot of people that are so much talkative, you know. They talking about their jobs and they put the force, promoting himself against the other. And this boss was incredible. Nowadays, sometimes I'm making a call for her, and she asked me, "Why are you calling me to check if I'm alive?" And in 90s, they say a thing for a guy that promoted himself and say, "Son, God's God give you a big signal. You have one mouth and 2 ears, so you have to listen more." And I was thinking about this phrase because all of us at those times are sales representative, and one characteristic populate each other. All of them are so talkative. And what I understand, listen more. And after that, I try to listen more, not stay talkative all the time. Understand the other part, And I understand. I lived in São Paulo for 13 years. And when I come back here, it's a regional situation, in this city, all the people are so much talkative. And it's hate me sometimes, because people are talking a lot and all the time for everything, even if they don't know about the subject. So it's crazy. I stay since the 90s. I stay more as a listener than to be a talkative person. But that's a detail. I am so talkative, I am an extroversion people. I can talk with each one. If I go to a party, I will meet a lot of people. I will talk with everyone, but I try to stay as a listener. It was a lesson. Moving on, Rafael, read the question number 3 for us.
Okay. So what do you think are the most common misconceptions about different generations in the workplace? How can this be addressed? The most common misconceptions. I think that we have the misconceptions about the older people for the young people and the vice versa.
Yeah.
Normally, the older people think that the young people know nothing. So that's a problem. That they don't have an experience, and I have to teach them everything. And and normally it's just how to say that, a stereotype, but and that happened so much, unfortunately. But the people think, oh, it's that way, the correct way. And so it's something that we normally the old people put themselves in the position of the teacher. And I really can there are something in that I'm totally agree, because normally there are the people that have the experience, and it's okay, but the problem is that position so, how to say, hard, and something like, oh, I know everything, you know nothing. That's a problem. And the in the opposite, the young people think, oh, it's old, it's something that it's someone that don't have the open mind, or they are, I don't know how to say that, but ultrapassado, or something like that. They don't know there are so much time that people that one do the same thing with the same and it's not like the old people can't, for example, with the technology. It's so common with the, how to say that, how to say that, link between the old people and the world of the young people. So I think that the two misconceptions is the most common. And I think that the how can this be addressed? To me, it's all about the how to say that, the talk with all the other people, and to be open. But it's so hard. I think in the, especially in the workplace, it's dependent of many factors, especially for the people that are the boss. But I think I can't now think about the other measures, but if I will know, if I was a boss, I will try to make the, how to say, the conversations, the presentations, and the to a little bit to cast, I don't know, to broke in fact the hierarchy a little bit, and something like that. But I don't know, and I want to hear you for how to address these misconceptions, these problems.
Yeah, I think the key is to be open, and open the microphone for the others. If you are a leader and you do the same thing all the time, make some experience. For example, Rafael, could you give your opinion and presentation for the group, and try to make this kind of exercise and trying to make people comfortable to express yourself, and you probably see new things because they will bring new point of view. They could bring new options that you can forget, or you can never saw it. See in your team who is the most talented people. Are you update? You are talented. Stay talented, man. You have to stay talented, because in the world of technology, you have to stay talented because new things coming all the time. So it's important to open the mic and listen. I think this is the key: giving the tasks,
Yeah.
sharing the tasks, and be open to clarify some doubts if you can help. I think
Yeah,
that's it.
I think just for, because I think now it, or how it's a little bit hard, how to say that, to, how to say, to be open 100% of the time. And I think that it's the best thing that we can do for learn, for enjoy the life, for learn the different things, for, how to say, to be more empathic. I don't know how to say that, empático. So, but there are a moment that we want just the comfortable situation. And normally, I think the comfortable situations in the way that our society is was constructed is to be with the people that have the same how to say culture, age, everything like you. And that's the problem of, I think that for the generation, how to say, the to maintain that generation diversity. I don't know if you agree with me. To me, for example, it's so hard to be here in France in the same times because
I imagine.
it's a different culture. And I love it. I know that 3 years that I'm here, that are 3 years that I'm here in France, and I grow up like a person. I don't know how much years, but I'm grateful. But in the same time, that sometimes I just think, oh, I would love to be in Brazil with my guys. Everybody did the same thing. We grow up in the same place, and I know that's not it's comfortable, but so I would hear you about it too, because
Yeah,
it's my experience.
I imagine that it's a hard experience, you know. I have the opportunity to visit other countries, you know. Not in Europe. I have been in Europe for just one time in 2022. I went for a conference, seen a show, and come back to Brazil in a week, you know. And I will keep you, I will tell you a secret. All my trips when I was young are for some spots that don't have a lot of people. I am a surfer, you know, I was a surfer all of my youth. And I have visited Costa Rica, Peru, Panama, and places like that. And so my experience in London was amazing. It was great, but this is not my work. This is not my city. I know how a big city works, you know. I arrived then on a Sunday, and all the people say, don't take a taxi to the hotel. Will be too a lot of expensive. I know how a big city works. I was in a Sunday, there are no people on the sub, and I take in a taxi. It costs me 130 pounds. And it was expensive, yes, but I was with money in cash, with my notebook, you know, with a lot of things. If I come to Rio in a Sunday, I will never take in a tram to going to my hotel, you know. I was taking a taxi. It's expensive, that's okay. Don't turn it in your, you know, your point. Something about little things about that. I know it's hard, but stay open is hard too. I try to stay open all the time. To have the doubt my chat is open, I will uh, respond you, give you an answer, but sometimes it's hard too. But that's the life. Humberto, about you?
Yeah, the question number 3, right?
Yes, there was
Uh,
long answers, because
yeah. Okay, let me see. I think I was a lucky person in my career. I find some good person with good experiences. I think in today I am a tech lead in my team, but I think I always was a good listener. I like to listen. I like to learn. Like you said before, my mother said this phrase to me. You have 2 years and 1 month. And for me, it's important. You have to hear another person and put yourself in another person. I forget empathy. It's important too. And that's it. I think in my company, I don't have a problem. My colleague don't have a problem. The team have a problem. I think you need to work together, uh, bring value for the company, for the work, and take your work more easy. I think that's it. I think you need to have empathy to be a good listener. I think it's important.
Great. Guys, I imagine that it was a great conversation because we just talking about three questions,
Yeah.
and we have just more 9 minutes, I need to know about your perceptions and feel free to say something for us and share your views. Uh, Moving on, Iago, have something to share with us about this conversation? What's your point of view?
Yeah, I think it was a good topic to talk about it because we see these things now. For example, these articles that people are writing. I don't know, Gen Z hates to work or something like that, you know. And we all, I think that now the people are talking more about these generational gaps, mostly since Gen Z, because of technology, and the gaps between generations are becoming shorter, not longer, how they used to be. So I think that talk about these differences in mostly in the workplace, as we were talking about, I think was a nice conversation because we can understand our point of view when we talk about it, and about some misconceptions that we might have, and we can think about them when we hear the others. So it was a nice topic to talk about it.
Great. And about you, Mr. Simati.
Well, Joe, thank you so much for you to be nice and receptive with me. So it's something that we talked about it
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
Well, to be a good listener, to be patient, and it was good. That topic. I never how to say that thought about the intergeneration that generation diversity and the intergeneration in the workplace. Special. Normally, I think I thought about it in the how to say in the global way and the relations, in the human relationships, and it's something that I love it. That I recently learned to appreciate it, and that it's the different generations to be a friend with the people that different sex, the different sexual orientations, and then to me, it's something that I'm thinking about all the time, and the diversity it's powerful. It's something very very powerful, and
Yeah.
it was amazing to talk about it with you and learn your to hear your opinions, and thank you so much and
Great.
for this
Thank you for
conversation.
your diversity from Ceará, França,
Yeah.
Manaus, and Rio. It's amazing. Different accents, different point of views, different life stories. You know, this is amazing. I think this is amazing. And about you, Humberto?
For me, this conversation was very good. The topic was very good too. It's so good to know about the another experience and point of view. It's point of view. It's a little similar, but it's so good to know about this. And that's it. I think it was very good. A pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Nice to meet you too. All my topics, all my subjects are about careers, about digital technologies, and things that I handle all the time, things that I face it in my job, in my life. You know, you see in other dimensions, my subjects are related to these kind of things that are around of my life. So feel free to come here again. It was a pleasure. Iago, always come here. It's a pleasure to receive you again. Always having a nice conversation. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much. You will receive for sure a little survey on your email. Feel free to put the words what you want. Yeah, this is a open platform and feel free to put our opinions. That's right. Thank you so much and have a nice week.
Okay. Bye
Thank
Thanks
you,
a
bye.
lot,
guys.